we don't even need to go into details about what that can do. And so on the program this evening, I have in the studio Mr. Erasmus Mukondo, who is Chief Admin for Social Media from the Patriotic Front. Mr. Mukondo, good evening, and you're welcome to Talk at 6.
Good evening, comrade.
All right.
And also, may I say good evening to everyone out there.
Okay. All right. So just briefly looking at the current statistics in terms of COVID-19 worldwide, we begin worldwide first. As at 10 hours today, the 21st of April 2020, the world has at least recorded 2,000, it's in millions, 2,431,890 cases of COVID-19 and 161,859 deaths. As at 10 hours today, Africa had a total of 23,267 cases of COVID-19 across African countries. 5 African countries are recording the most. Egypt with 3,333, South Africa 3,300, Morocco 3,046, Algeria 2,718, and Ghana has 1,042. These are figures as at 10 hours today. Deaths have been reported across the continents, and the total number of deaths as at 10 hours today is 169,859. Coming to Southern Africa, the statistics on COVID-19, we have Angola with 19 cases, 2 deaths and 6 recoveries. Botswana 20 cases, 1 death, no recoveries. Eswatini has 24 cases, 1 death and 8 recoveries. Malawi 17 cases, 2 deaths and 3 recoveries. Mozambique 39 cases, 0 deaths and 8 recoveries. And Namibia 16 cases, 0 deaths and 4 recoveries. South Africa 3,300 cases, 58 deaths and 903 cases. And Zambia 70 cases and 3 deaths, and we have 35 recoveries. Zimbabwe is standing at 25 cases, 3 deaths and 2 recoveries. So that is how the statistics look like in terms of COVID-19 this day, the 21st of April 2020. And so since the epidemic started on the 31st of January 2019, as of now we're talking about over 2 million cases with close to 200,000 deaths, because we have 169 plus deaths. So we're close to 200,000 deaths. Within a short period of time, this is what we're looking at. Zambia recorded the first 2 cases on the 18th of March. A month down the line, we're talking about 70 cases. This only shows you that the seriousness of this particular bug. And so, Mr. Mukondo, social media, people are bound to misuse social media. First of all, could you give us a background of probably how some countries have misused social media, in the work of this COVID-19, and before they realize that the situation is out of control because they took it for granted initially?
Yes. Thank you very much. I'll pick the United States of America. When this pandemic started, by then it was an epidemic in China. The World Health Organization had even gone into China. They met the experts, and they wanted to see the way forward on how to eradicate this pandemic before it spilled over to the world over. So Dr. Tedros has been following this disease, the pandemic, very closely, COVID-19. By then they were just referring to it as a coronavirus before they coined the COVID-19, which means the same the year when it started, that is 2019. So the problem we have, especially when it comes to misinformation, well, and it's world, it's full of information, and the coming in of social media has played a role, both the positive and the negative. But today, I would want to dwell on the negative impact that it had on the
So
people.
that
We can learn, especially with the people in the United States of America, which can also assist us to reflect on how we can also cope with this pandemic, which seems to be moving very fast. Because even 2 days ago, the people who were, the cases, they stood around 19,000. But today, just 48 hours, you find that it has shot to 23,000 in Africa. So this calls for worry, and leadership across the continent should come out to sensitize the people. So getting back to our the way it was handled in the USA, because the United States of America research has come out, it has said they have so many sources of information such that people have forgotten about the traditional sources of information. So too much information itself, it also contributed to the crowding and mismanaging of the pandemic in the United States of America. By the time people started coming back to their normal senses to get to know the formal position, you would find people that are just doing a lot of myths. They would call it the Chinese, the Wuhan virus, and
virus,
yes,
Chinese
the
virus.
Chinese virus. They would make fun of it, the way we are also casually handling it. So by the time it wreaked havoc in the United States, we were surprised. It started with Italy. The myth, and I think they're still studying what happened in Italy, what made that country to suffer so much. It is part of the casual aspect of it. Funerals,
also be seen on
yes, social media. And you see, it was thought it was something which was very far. But when we started hearing numbers, 800 people are dying per day in
Close to
900 somewhere there. It was now, that's when the world, even Italy itself, got to know that this pandemic was very serious. In Spain, it was also casually handled. But even the Spaniards, they are the one who discovered the Spanish flu. That is 100 years ago. That is in 1919 to 1920, somewhere there. But this time around also they have suffered. But getting particularly with the United States of America, social media played a major role in misinforming the people. By the time they came to realize that whatever they were following, they were just being misled. They were taking it casually. So basically, even in our case here, we have a major role, both the opposition, the ruling party, and then all other media houses, and then even those independent bloggers. They have a special place to play in this pandemic, and especially that information is power. It is only through this information we do not have the vaccine. So the only thing which is coming into play is what the Bible had told us: "My people perish because of lack of knowledge." Now, this time around, we know that we can defeat this pandemic by just through social distancing, and then following all the guidelines that we have been given by the Ministry of Health. So basically with us, looking at this pandemic, we have also, this is the time that we should stand together as one Zambia, one nation. And how do we demonstrate this? It's through following what the president, whatever directive he has given us, we adhere to that. And I'm happy that all the opposition, all these NGOs and other establishments, they have come to support the government, where we have Trade King even pledging almost 28 million towards this fight. So this fight, as you have rightly said, it doesn't choose. It doesn't say this is who, this is what. We have seen how it has wreaked havoc. At one time we were believing even us here in Africa, that us Africans, we are stronger, we have a stronger immune system. But after we heard the statistics in the United States of America, the people who are dying, they were in fact blacks. Almost 75% of people are affected. They were blacks. Although other statistics, there's still some information that have come out that these are the people in the front line. But basically, let us take this serious. COVID disease.
To come to that
very
issue,
serious.
because social media was awash at some point to say that there were even jokes around to say that black people cannot cannot suffer from coronavirus, let alone die from this disease that has come and stuff like that. But those are things that we'll be looking further on how we can use social media to sort of like spread the right information concerning COVID-19, even where we are now with 70 cases, 3 deaths, and 35 recoveries. I think we still need to be responsible, because neighboring Tanzania, just yesterday, or is it the other day, they had 147 cases of the coronavirus. Today, it's 254 plus, okay, from 147 yesterday to 254. Not the other day, like day before yesterday, it was 147, and today it's 254 plus. So you can see just how serious the issue is, and we need to look at it from all fronts and see how we can be responsible from different aspects. So dear listener, it's Talk at 6 on Millennium Radio. Responsible use of social media in view of COVID-19, spreading the right messages, sticking to facts. And so we take a break for the news headlines at 19 hours, and we continue with the program right after that. Do not go away, stay here as we continue with the discussion after the news headlines at 19 hours. This is Millennium Radio, the voice of development.